And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Tim Avery here with Visual Testaments. You guys will watch the debate for sure. I just wanted to touch bases on this particular topic right here about the whole gun buyback deal, because, you know, she was not fact checked at all about what she said and what she stands on. And so she had the audacity to say that right there, and nobody fact checked her. And so let's just play this and I'll show you what I mean exactly about how she was lying.
I do believe that we need to do buybacks. I support buybacks.
How mandatory is your gun buyback program?
It's mandatory. We want to ban assault weapons.
We need an assault weapons ban.
We need reasonable gun safety laws in this country, starting with universal background checks and a renewal of the assault weapon ban. I'm also in favor of the assault weapons ban, of universal background checks, red flag laws. Congress needs to have the courage to act and renew the assault weapons ban. So it's clear that we must renew the assault weapons ban. Let's have an assault weapons ban. We need an assault weapons ban. Demanding, as we all do, red flag laws, universal background checks, and a renewal of the assault weapons ban. We're saying we need reasonable gun safety laws, including universal background checks, and to your point, Chris, a renewal of the assault weapons ban. It's just the right thing to do. But we still need an assault weapons ban. And yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing and take it seriously. Decisions is my values have not changed.
So her values have not changed on that. So I don't care what she said on the stage. You know, you better believe that she's going to come for your guns, or try to come for our guns if she gets elected. So I'd like to hear what you think, because I know a lot of you guys would say that she beat Donald Trump in this whole debate. And I don't know. I think he was triple teamed. If anything, I think for sure that he was triple teamed in the whole situation of the debate. You know, they didn't fact check her at all. They fact checked Trump several different times during the debate, and even their false fact checking, especially on abortion. Check out my other video about the abortion deal. But just stick on topic here, you know. But she was never fact checked on this stuff, and so she actually has this other idea of what she really wants to do is she wants to mimic what Australia did with their gun buyback process. So you want to see what Australia did? Let's take a listen to this.
Gun violence has terrorized and traumatized so many of our communities in this country. And let us be clear, it does not have to be this way, as our friends in Australia have demonstrated.
Just 12 days later, the then Prime Minister John Howard pushed through a sweeping set of gun regulations, despite a lack of support from his rural constituency.
I'm sorry about that, but there is no other way. There is no other way.
Within a month, the government passed the National Firearms Agreement, transforming gun legislation in the country.
The hardest things to do in politics often involve taking away rights and privileges from your own supporters.
The tough new laws banned the sale and importation of all automatic and semi-automatic rifles and shotguns, and perhaps most significantly, called for a massive mandatory gun buyback. Australia's government confiscated and destroyed nearly 700,000 firearms, reducing the number of gun-owning households by half.
People used to say to me, you've violated my human rights by taking away my gun. And I'd say, look, I understand that, but will you please understand the argument? The greatest human right of all is to live a safe life.
Kamala Harris is doing what politicians love to do, gaslighting the entire country. She's trying to sell the idea that you can be pro-Second Amendment while still wanting to restrict it. Sorry, but that's not how the Second Amendment works. The Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. There were no exceptions. We've already compromised far more than we should have. But she's still pushing for more. Even when she was calling for mandatory buybacks, that wasn't enough, which is also just a fancy way of saying gun confiscation. They slap a nice label on it to make it sound less oppressive, but it's the same shit. At least the Australian Prime Minister had the guts to say it outright. Yeah, I'm taking your guns. No sugarcoating, no pretending. Kamala, on the other hand, smiles and says she's pro-Second Amendment and then turns around and pushes more restrictions. It's like saying I love free speech while banning half of the words in a dictionary. In Australia, they don't have the Second Amendment, so they could just take the guns without a second thought. Here in America, Kamala knows she can't just grab our guns without a fight, so she plays this manipulative game by gaslighting and convincing people to vote away their own rights. She doesn't care about the Second Amendment, she just wants control. And what makes it even worse, she didn't even have the decency to acknowledge that it was a good guy with a gun who stopped the shooter. Oh, that's right, she couldn't have. Why? Because instead of waiting for all the information, her eyes lit up at the chance to push gun control on the backs of this tragedy. If she'd waited and actually taken the time to get the facts, she could have used that moment to show how important it is to have a good guy with a gun in schools. But no, that wouldn't fit the narrative. Every time there's a tragedy, she jumps in to exploit it, pushing her own agenda before the facts are even out. She claims it's a false.
So he's talking about the incident that happened in Winder, Georgia. But, because, after all the evidence has come out with, there was actually a good guy that stopped that shooter from actually continuing on. That's what he's talking about there. But anyway, shout out to my boy there, Noor. But anyway, so gun control. So I'd like to hear what you guys think about this, because, if she gets put into power, that's exactly what she wants to do. She wants to do this mandatory buyback deal and infringe on our rights to the right to bear arms, our Second Amendment rights. So you can say whatever she wants to say on that, but she was not fact checked. And I think that was just another tragedy on the moderators for not fact checking her on her actual stance, and if you don't believe that's not what she thinks, let's go to her campaign website and let's see about that, because, on her campaign website, it also says the same exact thing. So let's look at this. This is on her Kamala Harris for President campaign website. You can go there. You can see at the top of the screen, it says kamalaharris.com, whatever. And if you scroll down here to where it says make our community safer from gun violence and crime, you can see here that she says, I'll stop, save guys from gun violence in our school community. So we will ban right here. We will ban assault weapons and high capacity magazines, requires universal background checks, everything, and red flag laws to keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people. Come on. It says it right there. So, she can say that she's not coming for your guns from the stage and not be fact checked, but it's there. It's plain and simple in black and white on her own campaign website. So if you don't think she's coming for your guns, if you don't think that she's going to try to implement this and not have an executive order as soon as she gets into office, you're crazy. You're crazy to think that. So don't get brainwashed by the media. Do your own research. Know what these candidates are standing for, especially if you're a Christian and you want to protect your Second Amendment right to bear arms. You need to really take a look at these candidates and see what they actually stand for. And if what they're standing for is not lining up to what you think, then you really need to consider who you're voting for, and not base your vote off the color of your skin or her skin, or whatever she says she is, and not take your vote based off of personality or character or bringing joy to America. I mean, what are their policies? What are they doing to make America, a better place to live for our whole community? And so I would encourage you guys to do that. Is when you go vote, when you go cast your vote, that you would actually do that. Do your own research. Don't take the word off of me. Don't take the word off of media. Don't take the word off of Fox News, CNN, anywhere else. Go and see for yourself what these people are actually saying on websites, what their campaigns are all about. And I would encourage you guys to make your vote and cast your vote based off of that. All right. And if it lines up to your own values. All right, guys, check out my rest of my videos. I'm out for now. See you guys later.